Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night. This is Cryptids and Conspiracies week. We are a bi-monthly show, and this just happens to be our week to operate. Anyway, so tonight we're going to be talking about a very controversial subject, and let me be clear about the format of our show. Is that we come into everything with an open mind. We just explore these cryptids and these conspiracies, and then we make a determination by the end of the show if we think these things are plausible or not. And you, as the audience, get to vote. And so you'll have the opportunity to vote towards the end, or basically the whole entire time. And I'll set that up shortly so you can see it. But anyway, let me bring on my co-hosts. We so far we seem to have this gentleman.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap.
Hello.
If it's not Scottish, it's definitely crap.
Indeed it is. Yes.
Indeed
absolutely.
it is.
That's the correct way. It is
There you
shite.
go. And we also have this guy.
Truly exceptional. And he had one thing you haven't got.
What's that, sir?
A great big bushy beard. Come on.
There you go. The great big bushy beard
All right,
himself, Mr. John Lombox. Anyway, so welcome to the show, gentlemen. I'm pretty sure this one's going to probably be YouTube is probably going to suppress this one into oblivion. Anything having to do with moon landing.
That's why we're here.
So that's why we're here. Yay! So we're here for it. We're here to be the suppressed. We're going to do our best here. Anyway, so when everybody talks about the moon landing possible being a broadcast, one name comes up over and over again. And that is the name of Stanley Kubrick. You gentlemen familiar with his work?
Yeah. I've seen The Shining. That might be it.
That's all you've seen?
I've seen
That might be, yeah.
It's funny,
I
I was going to watch Barry Lyndon this weekend.
Ah.
Yeah, that's one of the only ones I haven't seen yet.
I think I've seen a little. I think we were speaking about this before, but I have seen a little bit of Space.
Oh, not the movie. My next door neighbor's name is Barry Lyndon.
Oh, okay. Has he shot anybody? No, okay.
That's one of the few. That's one of the few ones. I'm trying to think. I know there's more, but I mean,
the Shining, Clockwork Orange is the big one.
The Clockwork Orange I've memorized.
I've not seen that either.
Yep.
The Strange
Full Metal
Folks.
Jacket. One.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, I've actually seen that.
You've actually seen that?
Not for a long time, but I have actually seen that. Holy crap!
There you go. So you see more than you know.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. I've seen clips of it. That sounds very interesting.
That was the last one that he did, and it's considered a documentary now.
Yeah. So
Doctor Strange Love is one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah, I've seen that as well. Yeah, I've seen that.
That is Kubrick. So you've seen more than you think.
I forgot, but I think I accidentally downloaded it off a Stage View or something like
2001. Everybody's seen 2001.
2001.
I've seen a little bit of 2001, not all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 2001 is the reason why people think that he hit NASA's radar. Let me go ahead and show the trailer for that. Right quick. Here we go. And share. All right. So, here we go.
Dave, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
That voice.
I've wondered whether you might be having some second thoughts about the mission.
How do you mean?
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon. I never gave these stories much credence, but particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out of my mind.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Okay. So that came out in 1968. The moon landing is 1969.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is he used weightless special effects. He used he showed the surface of the moon and things and things like that. Like he staged something happening on the surface of the moon, and he showed basically this. There was before 2001: Space Odyssey and after 2001: Space Odyssey. Star Wars is a baby of 2001: Space Odyssey. A lot of
I've heard of
effects.
that. I think Star Wars. Yeah, that might have
Yeah.
been something.
Yeah, because after 2001: Space Odyssey, suddenly all these Star Wars or these movies
Yeah.
set in, yeah, and Kubrick was actually inspired by Star Trek. So
Nice.
yeah, so there's a direct line there. There you go. Live long and prosper. Anyway,
Nice.
so basically, what we're dealing with here is a direct etymology between Kubrick basically creating these weightless effects, people moving around space supposedly weightless, and you couldn't tell because he was using I think like a fishing line or something like that wouldn't show up on camera.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It might have been. He might have been using some kind of a green screen or a digital, or not digital racing, but actual physical racing.
He was a method director. He actually went to the moon and filmed it.
Oh, there you go. There
And
you go. Yeah.
and that's where he faked the film. Is he faked the film
There you
on
go.
the moon?
Well, I mean,
Faked it on the moon, right?
if you're going to fake something, you might as well fake it from the proper location.
He was known for his accuracy. So
There you go. There you go. So basically, this little documentary here, I'm going to try to play. I may have to skip around a little bit, but pretty much kind of gives the reason, makes the case as to why people think Stanley Kubrick may have been the guy who directed the moon landing, if indeed it's fake.
Right.
So there is a little bit of meat on his bones. Let me see. All right, here it is. All right. So, share.
So,
yeah, he's not wrong. That does taste. It does sound like the Thing music, doesn't it? Doom, doom.
Well, it was okay earlier, but
But it doesn't matter. It's now.
Well, I mean, it didn't bounce off of it earlier, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? It's just like, yeah, you're all right to use it. Oh, by the way, you're not all right to use it. It's just,
well,
are we streaming to Rumble as well?
Yeah, we are.
Hello,
We are
Rumble.
streaming to Rumble and X. Okay. Let me tell people.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes I
Right
just swear like
back.
that. Yeah.
All right. Oh, evidently. Anyway, so we should be back up in just a minute or so.
Yeah, someone in the chat there was just saying that the music sounded like that out the thing. I was thinking the same. Doom,
Ah.
doom,
Oh, okay. All
doom,
right,
doom.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a notice and they turned it off my channel.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I don't have one, so.
Well, the thing about it is in that case, we were in the frame, so we were doing transforming the content.
Bunny, it doesn't matter.
And if I go and I protest it, then it'll immediately be restored. And so, but it's the live algorithm that gets you, and now they're doing like visual. So
next thing they'll be saying is we're AI.
Right.
That's the thing, isn't it? They're cutting down on this AI stuff. Allegedly.
That clears we're over the target. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Frederick, what? I saw you got your comic. You gonna be shipping them out soon?
He can't see you yet. We're back, and we're back. Okay. All right.
Some respects we never left, but hey.
Okay. Well, I guess
problems with my camera.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess we need to answer.
Hey, guys.
Let's see. Okay. So, where's the wiki? The wiki is
He's right here.
right there. Okay.
I'm here. Just my camera's not working for some reason. It says it can't communicate with the browser, which is really weird. But I don't know.
You got struck. Can't play that much. Well, it was okay earlier when I ran it all. We were being transformative.
We've
We
played
were
longer.
e-fapping. That's supposed to be okay. But, get the theme, all the theme movie music. That's probably what got us, yeah. Okay.
That wasn't exactly the theme from the thing, I don't think, but...
clearly proves we're over the target, yeah. Okay.
No, I'm going to be the outlier here, and I say they're right.
Okay.
You know, I think just watching somebody else's stream and then comment is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should take like 10, 15-second clips and talk about that. You know what I mean? But
well,
I did this thing. Somebody watched one of my. They played a 2-hour stream of me, and it's just them in the corner going like this. Transform.
Good. Full-size lunar module was made out of literal junk. One showed from distance, same toys. Model showed and so.
Well,
okay.
James,
I'll do better at pausing. But we'll try to play the other stuff.
But we got enough of it to talk about it.
Yeah. So, so is there anything compelling to you about the evidence that is embedded in The Shining?
No, but it's really cool. I didn't know any of that stuff. I've seen The Shining a million times, and I've seen documentaries analyzing The Shining. But I never seen it in context of Kubrick telling on himself about the moonlight.
Well,
I was enjoying
Danny's sweater is the only thing I saw that was like really, really, really like anachronistic, and you could tell it was like handmade sweater. So that was a little.
I think the last time I saw The Shining might have been somehow through the PlayStation 3.
Ah, okay.
So that's a wee while ago.
It's been better evidence than this, but yeah, it had a lot of attention to detail. Well, Kubrick was so deliberate about everything he ever did, and he was big on symbology, and so he everything that he put, everything that was in the frame would have been purposeful, and that included clothing, Like,
well, you have to
Jack is dressed like a lumberjack, and then later on he uses an axe, which wasn't in the wasn't in the book, and so things like that.
And the things like in the picture you were talking about, like the Tang. Say, for instance, Tang. I mean, when was this made? When was this movie made? The 70s, right?
Yeah, it was made 77.
So Tang was still
70s.
big up until freaking the mid 80s.
Yeah.
It was still
But
a thing.
Tang was created for the space.
Yeah,
space
it was.
mission,
It was.
so.
But it became, because of the space and everything, they took it to space. It became popular with a lot of people. And so obviously now you've got every kind of drink mix company in the world selling their powder. So, but I think it was just coincidental as far as that, because it was popular.
Right.
A lot of people are going to try to put.
Now, back in the 70s, man, you couldn't say Tang without somebody bringing up the moon launch. Tang is synonymous with the moon launch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why it was widely popular.
And I don't think we got that here. So
yeah, there you go.
I don't think we got that here.
When the model blasted off, it was firework. Lunar lymph liftoff was.
That's why you didn't go to the moon, because you don't have Tang over there.
Right.
That'll be it then. No Tang.
There you go. There you go.
There's two reasons. You don't have Tang and you still use metric. You can only go to the moon if you go by inches and feet.
There you go. There you go.
That's us. We're screwed. It's game over.
I'm a little shocked that we didn't get struck by 2001. You know, when it was playing Thus Say the Thrusta in the background.
Right. Yeah.
My channel's still up, like Frederick. I see you got the chain, or anybody watched on my channel.
Yeah, you should be up. You should be up. We're just gonna be. I'm gonna be very, very careful. I did play too much. I apologize, guys. That's on me. Anyway, so Joe, the thing about the fact that he pioneered these effects in '68, and then the very similar things were happening in the moon landing, like the projection trick, which is old. When you look at the fact that someone filmed the moon castle shoot back up the Earth raises questions like who stayed on the moon to film, right? But okay, but that's a little compelling to me. The fact that if you put people in the foreground and you have the right angle, and you've got stuff behind them.
Yeah.
That it does look like it does look like three-dimensional space.
Yeah.
It's a visual effect.
They spoke about the shadows being wrong for years.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So
I've had friends. You know, I enjoy this kind of stuff. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I love a good conspiracy. I've had friends that were just convinced that about they never said it was Stanley Kubrick, but that these films were faked, and I've been hearing it for years, to the point like I'm a pretty like hard to convince guy.
Yeah.
But I will say we went to the moon. Like, you know, like when I was in Albuquerque, I went to University of New Mexico and I took an astronomy class.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we did was we went and looked through this big telescope, and we looked, and you could see on certain conditions, and New Mexico is one of those places because of the astrological conditions or less light pollution or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a good place to observe. And with this, you could see the stuff left from the moon landings on the moon.
Yeah, the lunar limb, the landing, the 4 pods for the landing gear.
Right. I've seen it with my own eyes. Now that begs the question: did they build a telescope?
I was gonna say, because everybody remembers Hale Bopp flying by, right? 1995 to 1997, and my relatives, Abby, someone, and B Dog, I actually moved in with them after my first divorce in Escondido, California. So I did that in late '96 or early '97. So one night I came home from work and I was parked in the parking lot of the apartment complex, and I was getting out and I saw someone who I started seeing quite a bit of. And I always say hi in the, in the passing and stuff like that. One of the neighbors, and he was in the middle of the parking lot, off to the side with a flipping tripod with a big old huge freaking telescope. And it was one of them big fat round ones. It wasn't like the spyglass looking thing. It was a big one. And he set it up. It was like, this was like at 9 o'clock at night. Okay.
That would be a refracting telescope.
Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock at night, so it'd been dark for at least a good couple hours. And it was about, I want to say it was sometime around March, April, and Hale-Bopp, you could see it near the moon, and the moon on that night was a full moon. And so he was checking out Hale-Bopp.
Yeah.
As it was leaving, it was going back around, leaving the galaxy. But you could see it from the moon. It was real cool because it looked like it was sitting right next to the moon. And so, his telescope, he says, hey, you want to come look at this and everything? So I looked under his show and I saw the Hale-Bopp thing. It was really fucking cool. Oh, my God, it was awesome. And he says, you want to see something else cool? I said, well, what? He says, let me show you where they landed on on the moon. So he gets it and he starts recalibrating and looking. It took him like about 5 minutes and he found a location. And so he had me look in it and you couldn't see it like the telescope that John, you took like as a big freaking huge one. So you could see probably,
not the Fred, but I was a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. John's got the big one. Yeah.
The big one. So you could see what I could see was I could see shadows of right angles, and I could see glint off of metallic objects.
Yeah.
And I could see outlines of things that, like I said, were right angles. And so as I started looking at a certain spot he found, now this may not have been Apollo 11. It could have been one of the other ones. I don't know. I know there was 6 landings on the moon outside of all the Russian probes and the U.S. probes that were sent down prior to 1969. But this was actually a lunar landing, manned lunar landing, because it had the limb and you could tell by the outline on the ground, on the moon, and the small bit of shininess because of how the full moon was in the direction. And then, like you said, the debris, the evidence of things around the area that looked like there was some sort of activity. Yeah. And so I believe we went there. I definitely do. Yes. Based on that alone.
Like I said to my friend, and he shot back to me, he goes, yeah, that doesn't mean we went to the moon on that particular day. You know what I mean? And I was like, I felt like I was arguing with like somebody. They just had counter spells. You know what I mean? It was like playing magic against somebody. Nope. Yeah. Right. So, but, I don't, so.
Well, there's an interview that was placed online a few decades ago, I think, almost about 20 years ago now, and supposedly Stanley Kubrick talking about it. Now it's been disavowed, it's been debunked, and it's actually been condemned by the widow of Stanley Kubrick, saying, "How dare you?" But it does bring up some interesting things. So I'm going to play it for you guys, and hopefully I won't get struck. But
let's hold on.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best to.
All right. So you think you look at that again? Look. If is everything looking in order regarding our contract and the 15-year agreement and I signed the non-disclosure? That's all for the legal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good to me.
All right. If your lawyers, if there's anything else, just identify my lawyers. I'll take care of it. But I think, and you signed the release, correct, for the appearance? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So we'll begin, and we'll be informal here about it. I am honored and privileged and just really super excited. Oh, super excited. I sound like a little kid. It's an honor to be doing this, and I know you haven't given many interviews in your life. Can you start out by telling me, why did you accept my? I wrote you about 12 letters, but you finally on the 12th talked to me. Why are you giving this interview? Tell me why. And sir, could you look? Right here? Yeah, that's perfect. Not to tell a great filmmaker about filmmaking, but
because it started to get to me after a while.
What do you mean? What good?
I've always been conflicted about it, I guess, but I wasn't conscious of it until later, years later. you know, at first I was just blown away by the chance, the opportunity, the challenge of making this film, and I went into it like it was a regular film, like another production of mine.
Okay. So what do you guys think so far? This is, I mean, it looks a lot like him.
Well, I
The
can't.
framing is awful.
Yeah, the framing is pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like interviewing Bigfoot. Can't you just get a good
Yeah. Yeah.
That,
It's
Stanley
all
Kubrick
blurry
was
film and
interesting, so-
pictures. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm a dummy and I do interviews and you can see the person I'm talking to, and you know what I
Right.
mean.
Right.
yeah.
Well, the guy who said that released this said it was it took him 15 years before he felt safe enough to release it. So this is, you know, camcorder technology according to him. He's singing the body language ghost called the Uh-Oh song. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's play a little bit more.
Not thinking too much about the long-term effects, the what it would mean to society if it was ever discovered.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. You're referring to something.
The fake moon landing.
The rumor about the fake moon landing. You're saying is not a rumor or not? It's not an urban legend. You're saying it's true.
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that.
No, I didn't. I mean, I've heard it like anyone else has heard it, but you.
Oh
okay.
yeah, it was fake.
Wait, okay. And I have written down, and I thought you agreed to talk about Barry Lyndon. You agreed to talk about The Killing, Clockwork Orange. I mean, we're going to cover all these films, and I hope we still can. But what you're telling me is this? Because I've never. I think it would make the news if you're telling me now for the first time. And why me? Why not CNN or?
Well, the rumors were true.
Okay. Okay, well, I obviously want to understand what the hell I'm sorry, what you're talking about here. Okay, but why are you telling me? I'm a nobody. Like
the moon landings were fake.
Okay, and I.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much just.
Yeah. There
This
you
has
go.
got to be the worst interviewer I've ever heard. How the hell he got to interview anybody? Like, let the guy.
Yeah.
You know, I know my first couple interviews, I talked a lot. My wife still says I talk a lot, but I've learned to let the guest speak.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick's talking. Let the freaking guy talk. You know, I'm getting aggravated just by the interviewer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we
frustrating.
probably got all we need from this footage is Stanley Kubrick.
And no, that's not
Stanley
me. I don't want to hear that in the comments. That's not me.
There you go. Well, okay. So this is Stanley Kubrick, supposedly from his own words.
Do we know
saying-
when this was done? When this was filmed? Apparently.
He said it was 15 years before he released it. Kubrick was died like shortly after, which
So how
scared
long
him,
ago?
and he said that's why he didn't release it for 15 years.
Okay.
And that it was, I think this hit the net about 2000, sometime in the 2010s, I think.
Okay, so it's been around for a while then.
Circulating for years, yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway, so that's Kubrick himself, saying on camera that yes,
It's
all
a
fake.
it's
Yeah.
definitely him. It's definitely Kubrick, not somebody that just happens to look like him.
Well, it's been disavowed over and over again. It's been condemned. It's been, you know, it looks like Kubrick looked
Yeah.
at that time. He did look that like almost exactly like that, and he did have the voice was very similar. I don't know if anybody's ever done a voice match or anything. Anyway,
What
my
I
voice
come
got
come.
played too much. I hate portrait.
Hey,
by
Kim,
the way,
Kim.
hi Wookie. Okay.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, we did play too much. I did play too much without being interrupted. I thought us being in frame would be okay, but evidently not. Anyway, so yeah, that's the man himself admitting to it. Okay, so So the case so far is that 2001 Space Odyssey came out a year earlier, and in this 2001 Space Odyssey, he used weightless effects that were so seamless that people couldn't tell. Used front screen projection in a very clever way, and he also showed the moon, the surface of the moon, and the approach to the moon. It's several of the things that were later seen in the moon landing in that movie. So, a year later, it is pretty well documented that he disappeared for a while. And that, a lot of people think that's because he was so intensive with his pre-production and stuff like that. Anyway, it happens, yeah, right. And then the second part of the case is that he did a lot of stuff in The Shining, including a Apollo 11 sweater that doesn't exist outside of the production of that Bandani was wearing. There's been several visual cues.
I think we got to vote on Cam saying he has a date at 8 o'clock.
Again? How come you always got a date when we're on?
Yeah, I don't.
You're supposed to be watching us.
I want to see evidence that he has a date.
Okay, everybody in the chat, we are going to vote on this. So here it is. Start. This is the poll. Okay. So this is a poll for the moon landing, but if you want to vote whether or not you think that Cam has a date, you can say it's debunked that he doesn't have a date, confirmed that they do, and in the middle if you think it's neither negative or positive. Okay. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the subject, not Cam's love life.
Can I would like to ask a question.
Okay.
Is let's assume that we did indeed go to the moon. Would they have actually? Would they have? I'm not saying they didn't, but let's just go with the flow and assume that we all did go to the moon and stuff.
All right.
Would they have been able to convincingly produce genuine footage that is as good as that we see on the moon, to the moon?
Right.
Would we have the technology to actually do that?
Well, there's another documentary that's actually Vice put out, which I'm afraid to show now. But where they attempted with technology that was available at that time to do their own moon landing video, and they were unable to do a convincing video with the technology available at that time.
Right.
But then again, this is Vice, and they're pretty much hiring morons. So
speaking of the video and stuff like that, I had seen, like, this is years ago, probably a decade plus.
Yeah.
Some documentaries talking about the equipment that was used by astronauts, or let's just say equipment used by NASA.
Yeah.
That was basically custom made.
Yeah.
As far as film, as far as video, like basically rolls of film, and also for still shots. And a lot of that stuff was like not even patented. It was just Kodak was basically the one that was doing a lot of that stuff for NASA under contract, and coming up with different ways to, negate this factor of weightlessness and other things that, radiation and stuff like that. Exposure for radiation on film is not good. And so a lot of those things that way were basically invented for the use in outer space and on the moon by, like I said, like Kodak.
Right.
Right.
But
of course.
Thank you, Cam. I mean, congratulations on your sobriety, Cam. Keep going.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good. Well, I mean, the one thing that's always true, I suppose, is the fact that government always has technology that's ahead of that which gets into the public domain.
Right.
So whatever tech was available for the public back in the 60s is going to be nothing compared to what they had.
Right.
No.
Right. Well, we were sending images back from like the Pioneer probe
Yeah.
way further than where the moon was,
Yeah.
and that footage was clearer than the footage shown to the televisions.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Yeah,
also
but
been
that
a
footage
matter of
wasn't
contention.
live.
What's that?
The Pioneer probe footage wasn't live, or when they sent
Right.
it, did it get someplace else?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No,
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they
mean,
had to
Had to
beam
be,
it off of frickin' satellites and all kinds of other crazy shit. And by the
Yeah.
time it got to the Earth, I think it was a delay anyway, just because of time.
Well, the first television
it
signal came from the Olympics in Germany, the Berlin Olympics. So
There was
that
also
at
there
least
was also
Go ahead.
the fact that the president was on the phone. I mean, that just looked like a regular telephone in the footage. So
It
Yeah.
was.
yeah. So is that
It
even
was,
is that
but
even possible?
they did all kinds of frickin' shenanigans to get that connection.
Yeah.
And it was a
Right,
time
right,
delay
right.
too. So
Yeah.
The phone could be hooked up to anything, like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you don't need a space phone. The president's phone is hooked up to some sort of computer that you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Relates that's like one of the least things that bother me. You
Yeah.
know. But
Well,
I just want to know, like, okay, what purpose is faking this footage? Like, why would we fake this footage?
let's see, NASA had custom-made rabbit ears on their TV. Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Okay. This is the America and Russia were locked head in head. Head to
Space
head on
race,
the space race, and the idea was this was to demoralize the Soviet Union and thinking that America was that far ahead. And so that's pretty much the prevailing theory.
Right. Okay.
Because they were sending, they first to get the satellite up. They were the first to get a human up and rotated and returned. Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah.
And they were the first to with space station technology.
I think they were also one of the first ones to drop a probe on the moon.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
telepathic
I think they
behavior.
were like 1956 or something like that.
Also, like, don't you think we announced when we were going to be launching? We launched, pretty much everybody knew what spot on the moon we were going to. You don't think the Soviet Union would be monitoring to see if it was fake? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think they made absolutely sure the Russians were watching. I think the whole entire point was
like between China and Russia. I don't know how advanced China was in 1968, but
they were not. They were not
but don't you think like if the Soviet Union had satellites, stuff like that, they would have been like, no, this isn't happening. Here's the proof. So like so anybody says we didn't go to the moon, we went to the moon. The question is, did we go to the moon at that particular moment? And is this footage that we see, is this footage the actual footage? So I never questioned it, but I got friends that are so insistent that it's fake that I got to say that they're chiseling my, I don't want to say faith, they're chiseling, they're planting seeds of doubt. Like, I don't, it looks terrible. The bottom line is it looks terrible. It looks fake.
Right.
It's choppy. It's terrible. You can see through the people.
Yeah. I mean,
the lighting seems to be off. But what do I know? Like
it's entirely It's entirely possible that perhaps we did go to the moon, but perhaps the footage was shot again for propaganda purposes, and just in case they couldn't shoot from the moon. And on the way to the moon.
I mean, that to me is the only thing that makes sense. Is they made footage just in case. Because the radiation belts or whatever, what if they crashed? What if we went there?
Well, and Nixon already had a speech ready to go if they crashed and died or something happened. He already had speeches ready for all of that shit.
Are you talking about the moon landing? Because that would be JFK.
No, 1969, JFK had already been dead for 7 years.
Well,
it was Richard Nixon was president.
Yeah, it was the footage had Nixon in it on the phone. So,
yeah.
All right. My bad. I always thought it was JFK.
JFK said we're going to
died
go.
70. That's right. JFK was assassinated in 67. Gotcha. My fault. My bad. See, I learned something new every day. There you go. My grandmother built the cameras at Westinghouse for Apollo. She didn't doubt. Oh, okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay. So Kennedy died the year before I was born. Okay, gotcha. All right. My bad. My bad. I got my wires crossed there. I knew Kennedy was promising. He initiated the space race.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
the
was
one that
promising we would go
lit
to
the
moon.
fuse on it. Yeah.
He just didn't. He wasn't alive to see it. Okay, gotcha.
No.
That's where I got screwed up my head. Anyway, so that is the that is the case. For Kubrick directing the moon landing. The fact that he did so with 2001 Space Odyssey very convincingly the year before showed that it was possible with the technology available at that time. Used several things that were later matched up to things in the moon landing that was shown in the moon landing. And then later on in The Shining, there's a lot of embedded, whether you want to call them clues or not. I mean, like the sweatshirt, Danny sweatshirt's pretty amazing. That's not what the moon can do for you. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. Man, he is alive tonight, man. And you know the fake interview or whatever, if it's fake or real, I don't know. He looks like Kubrick. He sounds like Kubrick, and he would have been alive about the time that this thing was created.
Well,
so
who is that interviewer, and who else has he interviewed?
Yeah.
And why can't he hold a camera? You know.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get the details. Hold on one second.
But I will say that the Stanley Kubrick conspiracy that I believe is that he was killed over Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I
can believe that. Yeah,
that's
definitely
what I
can
believe.
That. In other words, it's kind of like a documentary, is what people saying.
I mean, because Stanley Kubrick was famous for doing 100 takes.
Oh yeah.
Jack Nicholson said he would never work with him again. He said it was ridiculous. You know, just
well, he literally gave Shelley Duvall like a PTSD. He like tortured that woman.
And when you watch Eyes Wide Shut, it is the worst acting I've ever seen. Are you going to tell me that that was the take Stanley Kubrick? Watch Alan Cumming in that movie. He's a good actor, and it's almost comical how bad he is. You know, Tom Cruise is like, huh? So like, and then where's all the footage?
Right.
You have hours and hours and hours of footage from The Shining that's not in the movie. You know, you have all of his movie. You have like a warehouse but there's no footage of that. He had a heart attack. You know, it was all about how the elites sell their daughters for sex.
Yeah.
And it was changed. You know, I don't know.
Right.
That's the one conspiracy I believe.
And he had a heart attack.
Yeah, there you go.
But did he?
Well, I mean, every time somebody needs to die, it happens with a heart attack. So, Kennedy's moon legacy is promised it would happen before the end of the decade. Yep. Did not use him to consult on how to get the best high-low contrast shots on moon black background, bright moon surface faking actual mission. No. Also interviewed Elvis about 7 years ago. Right. Okay. The interview was it was a 2015 pseudo documentary shooting Stanley Kubrick. Features actor Tom Myak playing the director. Chronologically impossibility. The director T. Patrick Murray claimed that the interview was recorded in May 1999, 2 months before Kubrick's actual death. Unedited versions of the film reveal Murray coaching Myak on his lines and mannerisms, proving it's a stage performance other than archival recording. I think he meant Patrick Murray being coached by him. Anyway, but his widow, Kubrick's widow, and his daughter publicly stated the interview's fraudulent. Their father had no involvement in staging Apollo missions. Okay. But evidently the guy still declares to this day that it was an actual interview with Kubrick.
Well.
So, you know, think of that what you will. But it did look like camcorder footage, and it did look like an amateur shot it, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know if Kubrick was going to, like, make a confession like that, he would probably do it some low-key, you know, doofus's living room or something like that. Thinking it would never see the light of day. I don't know. But he'd want somebody to know. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the case for Kubrick. We have. I hope have we made it to well enough to do a vote, guys. Is there anything more we need?
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, I mean, I think it's possible we went to the moon and that the footage is just for propaganda and just in case.
Well, I could see them like consulting Kubrick on the best
Why
way to
not?
shoot it, maybe.
Why not? I mean, it seems like the kind of logical thing to do. You would, if you were going to shoot something like that, you would hire somebody that knows what they're doing.
That would explain the Kubrickisms that people see, in the footage. Okay, so this is the poll. If you want to vote in the poll, debunked means that it's full of crap. Kubrick did not direct it.
Is it a poll or is it an obelisk?
Yeah,
exactly.
Confirmed is that he definitely did, and in the middle there's a possibility that he may have directed it, but you're not entirely sure, and you're not you can't really make that determination. So so far we have vote for confirmed, vote for in the middle. The way you vote is just 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. It doesn't matter where you are.
Wait,
it will record as a vote.
No.
Well, I can't do it in the chat, so
hang on a second. That vote,
Okay.
hey, did you just switch stuff around? Because I could have sworn number 2 was debunked.
Nope. Number 2's always been confirmed. It's always been debunked, confirmed, in the middle.
Maybe that's the conspiracy.
Wookie changed my vote.
I didn't change your vote.
No, I need to change my vote.
Okay.
So you're confirming that it was a fake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get it in a minute. That's about that. Yeah. I guess so. So you're debunked. Okay.
Yeah. I need to change that.
All right. I will. I will vote for you. I will use my vote to say 1, which is clearly debunked. So there.
I'm in the middle.
Okay, you're in the middle.
I can't.
Right.
I'm not signed into the thing, so I can't actually vote.
Okay. So we've got 1 in the middle. I'm gonna have to say, for me, I'm gonna have to say in the middle. I just got to say in the middle. I think there's a sliver possibility. Danny's sweatshirt. Or Danny's sweater.
I know, and he stands up, and
it was clearly in frame. The sweater was in frame. Apollo 11, and that is just too damn specific, and Kubrick was too anal about his details. So for me, I'm gonna have to vote, for in the middle. So that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and vote debunked for John, because Johnson's everything's debunked with John. Anyway. All right, could surprise me. What's your vote, John?
Me, I voted in the middle.
You're voting in the middle. Okay.
Yeah, I could see that they made footage just in case there was a problem or whatever. And again, I don't know. Is the technology that bad? Because the moon footage is horrible.
It is very horrible. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you do. Oh no, that's so I don't know. There's a possibility. I could see the government making propaganda. Oh, really? The government made propaganda footage? No way.
Yeah, the video, the live video, or the video, the film footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bad. But did you ever take a look at the stills? The still stuff is very, very clear, very, very detailed.
Yeah.
And of course, they had a different camera, so. I don't know. I mean, there's some people were bringing up points I remember in documentaries and stuff like that to debunk because of the still pictures.
Uh-huh.
You know how they had those reference markers, the little plus signs in some of that footage, and some of them were like broken up. Like you'll have an astronaut, guys walk on the moon, but the plus sign is
Yeah.
behind him in the frame.
Mhm.
Well, you know, they airbrushed a lot of crap out of these pictures too. So
Right.
this thing could have been always on the top of the film, and they just
Yeah.
airbrushed the leg of that thing out so that it would show the astronaut.
Yeah.
You know, not block anything. But the photo footage is very, very good. Versus the film. Definitely the film sucked.
Well, you missed this earlier, Wookie, when before we became live. I just said to Bunny, I said it's just a shame that in the '60s they didn't have AI to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine how they'd fake it then.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I do think that we were further along technology-wise than that when you see some of the broadcasts on television at the time. So it does befuddle me that it was such bad quality, and that could have been because it was being projected from
Now,
the moon or whatever.
Have we watched any of the video footage from later landings?
No, we did not.
Because I have seen
Wow.
film footage of,
Yeah.
I think it was the one where they brought the dune buggy,
Uh-huh.
and like Wally Schirra was driving it. Not Wally Schirra. I forget the name of the astronaut. I think it was the last guy on the moon, driving it around, and they had the camera on the thing, and it's bouncing around and jiggling and
Right.
jumping and everything. It looked pretty decent as far as the quality.
Are you sure
Unlike
that wasn't?
the
Are you
first-
sure that wasn't a James Bond?
No, it wasn't Moonraker. No.
Yeah. Well, also, I've heard people that argue that line is just too scripted. You know, one small step for a man and one giant step for mankind.
Yeah, he made that up. Some PR guy made that up weeks before. Told him to say it. I mean that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't in the ship thinking of what to say. He was
Well,
told.
I mean, he wasn't exactly
Yeah.
giving speeches after
They had-
that.
they had it
So
scripted.
I mean,
Yeah, they were like, "What are you? This is what you're going to say when you land." You know what I mean? That's
well,
Yeah.
a rehearsal would definitely, some kind of, rehearsed line would explain that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a script. So that is, but it's documented in Superman 2 looked pretty good. Yeah, I guess.
Houston, we got a problem. What is
Yeah,
it? It looks like a girl.
Okay, so I'm going to close out the poll. So show the poll. I'm going to stop the poll there. And it looks like we are in the middle. So let me go ahead and play this. Okay, so tonight we landed in the middle.
We landed. Very
Yeah, we
interesting choice of
landed.
words.
And the way this show works, and there's been a misunderstanding when I was advertising it earlier, that we are like espousing that we're basically trying to prove a point or prove a theory. That's not what we do on this show. What we do is we try to give all the evidence possible or available, and that includes positive and negative, and we make a determination. It's plausible. If it's plausible but not proven, it's in the middle. And if we just absolutely believe that this is definitely something, we say confirmed. And if we think this is all junk, it's debunked. So, there's a little misunderstanding with that. That's the way this show is designed. We're not here to like push one idea or one theory over another. Most of the time, we wind up on debunked. To be honest, especially since John joined. But anyway. But John's has a higher level of evidence that necessary. So,
Yeah.
and he is, he's landed on confirmed before. So, but it's definitely more of a prove it guy. I might be a little bit more on the Mulder side of things, than I am on the Scully. But anyway, but it's a good balance we got here. So tonight we decided in the middle that there's a lot of smoke around this. Kubrick definitely was available, definitely had the know-how, and definitely did see things through his movies later that seemed to indicate that he was saying, something happened.
Yeah.
So it just, I mean, Kubrick was just too much a deliberate guy. Just too much a deliberate guy. Confirmed, Kubrick's for the lunatics. Okay, there you go. All right, but thank you all for coming. We had a good time, I believe. Thank you, my fellow panel members. We I couldn't do the show without you. Well, I mean, I wind up doing it with Cruel most of the time, but anyway.
That's because I've got nothing else to do,
Yeah, but Cruel doesn't have a life, so I
just
like
show
me,
up for these
so
things. What's
he
a
just
life
shows
anyway?
up more often anyway.
Yeah.
But thank you all for coming. We will see you. All right. Anybody have a topic that's burning on their minds for a week after next?
The Holocaust.
The Holocaust. That would be a no. I'm going to.
That's
gonna
a bit
go
too
ahead and veto
spicy, I
that
think.
Yeah, that one is definitely too.
The Holodomor.
I get to play REM's Man on the Moon, which
All
would
right,
get me
yeah.
struck. That would definitely get me struck. That's Warner Brothers. They're on Warner Brothers. That would get me struck so fast you would not believe it.
How about,
as a matter of fact,
how about this one? Did Hanson's Mbop is really about Hail Bop?
I'm going to say no on that one. They were like 12 or something like that. Anyway. That we did Skinwalkers, and Wookiee evidently has a lot of very strong ideas on that one. So, and I missed every one of them that night. Pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious. Pretty much everything was like me showing what I thought a Skinwalker was, and Wookiee going no. It's one of our more fun shows, I have to say. Anyway, that's back in the playlist. You want to go check that out. Had some incredible footage on that one. Evidently, they're not Skinwalkers, but pretty amazing nonetheless. So I don't think Wookiee's even there. You there, Wookiee?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, just checking. Anyway.
Yeah,
You're
we
not gonna
can't
defend
see
yourself.
you.
You're not gonna defend yourself. Okay.
Camera, and I'm getting pop-ups saying that the operating system pretty much can't connect the freaking camera for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That's a conspiracy for next time.
I hate Microsoft. They can, go away as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, speaking of Microsoft, you want to do the one? Did Microsoft steal the Windows technology?
I don't know anything about that, but I'm willing.
Okay.
I did hear something about that once. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
All right. Did they actually steal Windows from Apple?
Probably.
Who stole it from Xerox? So.
Anything's possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a possibility. That's probably actually it might be too. Bill Gates might get us murdered for that one. I don't know.
Oh, he's such a lovely guy. Come on.
Yeah, he's not completely connected to the Bilderberg group or anything like that.
No, of course not.
They should have done Linux instead, right? They should have stolen Linux, yeah. Right. Hell, y'all. Hope you're having a blessed day. Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Okay, we will come up with something by that, and we'll advertise it. Can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but I'm sure we'll come up with something by next. Not this upcoming Saturday, but Saturday after. But thank you all for coming. This has been Cryptids and Conspiracies. Follow, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
See you, everybody.
Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good one.